أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Assalamu alaikum. I humbly welcome you to today's program. You are currently watching Yurulum Saha on NTV, the station that speaks your language. My name is Alhaji Abdulaziz bin Shiraz. I come from Saviligo. The program is about marriage, it's about love, it's about relationship, it's about life in general. What we hope to achieve is simply to create an enabling environment for couples to enjoy their marital circumstances. What we wish to do is to educate singles and couples alike what steps are to be taken in the quest to create a happy home. So you would find us at one point educating singles on the type of people to consider for marriage. You would find us at a point discussing what makes a marriage work. You would find us discussing sex. We discuss good and effective parenting. We discuss a whole lot with a collective intention of creating a happy life. That is what this program is about. So when we say Yurulum Saha, it means time for love. It's a program that seeks to promote love, that seeks to promote unity, that seeks to create that environment of hope, that environment of peace, that environment of sweetness, which we hope to characterize our marital circumstances. So we have done a lot since the program started playing on TV. The language I use for the program has been Dagbani. And then we have our short videos coming out, being circulated on social media. A lot of non-Dagbani speakers have reached out to me. They let me know that the way they see the videos trending, they know I am speaking so much sense. They would want to benefit from the deep knowledge that I share. So for the benefit of our non-Dagbani speakers, this particular episode will be in English. Maybe I'll do it for a couple of times, and then I would go back to Dagbani, and once a while I would roll out this program in English. So the whole program is about love, it's about marriage, it's about counseling, it's about life and stuff like that. Today we have a very important topic to look at, but before we do that, we will take two videos from our sponsors. We have Natural Solutions Hospital, which is a very effective hospital operating in Tamale. It has a lot of equipment. It has a massager, it has a detoxification machine, it has its own laboratory, and the medicines they give out to patients are natural medicines. Natural medicines made from herbs and stuff like that. And they have had a lot of feedback from patients who visit their hospital. So I urge you, are you battling with ulcer, diabetes, hypertension, infertility? These are areas that they are very, very effective on. So find time to visit them should you be suffering from any ailment and stuff like that. Then again, we'll take another advert from Nasara Beauty Enterprise. They sell cosmetic products. They sell wholesale and retail. They have a very large store in Tamale. A lot of these retail dealers normally go to Accra and Kumasi. But the lucky news for us all is that We have a large company operating in cosmetic products right here in Tamale, in the northern part of Ghana. There is no need to travel to Kumasi or Accra just to buy cosmetic products. So anybody watching should be very interested in the Nasara advert, so that you can get their number and call them for wholesale purchases as well as retail. So we'll take these two adverts and we'll be right back.
Yo ashipta palle tamalngo ka ba yulbel zel pam ashiptu ngo yulu konko nuto che ka doro nananga pi halka doctor na ba shahagba Natural Solutions Herbal Center Buhara nisali nye an duniya arziki kam ka kon alafe nyobo ko lady alafe min yavel dem ba jirka damsra ba mal doctor manga na ma jen viela den yune ka tebre doro kam halba mal detoxification machine den yan darfu doro lo kam za dem bianan gbanane nyindo ashe mai be mani ngon kuto namzulia cham Natural Solutions Parso bien ka tongo ka kulum do yubara won berma kabo de biambele agbagunche Natural Solutions belantebre here yal morsra karlogo papielga do min parla ambo dor cha kam betebre ben sable doron yala hepatitis B ya nina doro belna bo jedole funu yuma parjao typhoid nang bangban zo bangwanda dorbole kulnyale cham Natural Solutions Herbal Clinic belamal majina den nang mura kanang bana nga nyaks Natural Solutions baga ne bi adala fe na la zo be yitba nai bana wa anyang baba nang bana sham ka doro bu gombala nahanda yone tila manga ka malmana betima halkatima mashanga nya bandirgo tare amma bana ko bila duhan na yele bamin opportunity bank mbe yele yene ashipta pa dango zo kabamene alhaji yana jira misala kulpata bolamba 020 552 4368 B050 7799 305 Natural Solutions ala fegar shelkam
asare belongo abiale pam kazori vi abiale pam everything you want me girl if I buy one you get one free. Yaga yo.
Ashe dalir ko dola yoma kata board che katanse Nasara Beauty Enterprise yina tudungwana na ba songa ka mala nan bangbang na zabra zasa nan bangine de yenche ka vielam pangse ka zo se ya te lo kama ikera mambon bala nan bangbang yele domin pama den ye ninvo jai ne ninvo sabla za dan beni pama dan man nan bangbang ne ron kur nan bangbang zo do ta za beni ashe la pam kar bor na samanin kam na kapta kwa shedin yen de ga nan bangkom ka ni ne labnieza abon bor le nyele dane ba mal nan bangbang zo pama ni na pama zabra chipte ner pama shower gels shampoo les perfumes de nyom vielam ka boursanai badala dola tanga ka ko to zan shab masaba tudungwana in yara man dama dola tanga inta banyen dan tu yuse ne banyen da sale malga to kwaza sa lola kam ka yibe ka danne ma basan sale ben jele kulsa ka ba yoko dan zo be shadan ba tamal savelgo naya bambla selga be ya ka ku be tudungwana yidan karabe kuma si changdik pama danaya Nasara Beauty Enterprise yila yezona ko pon na ponte tamal tampune pi kona nyanga da palle lana anya jarambisa palle ba bierane
Nasara Beauty Enterprise nti ataram tabanga ashilma nti abanyara bamma pama balbo de bla dole an kunye kala shele anan bongbang na kunye ko shele be mal da pam na bazanta de be boni fo jenya be ni fo sabenle nti asu kampam yela dembe pi ben shadan ba pa shanga da manda zabre na manda nan buna tatabe tulale ne yella kamza sa ben yela dembe na abanya man bla hanan zenkile ko pon vama non ko tatam pa ne yala zasa nan banyene kataba jon problem man wa mala in ba Nasara Beauty Enterprise kala pore yana
bolemba 024 6648 453 0244 170518 ya belamal 024 9216 461 baba dabba be so kamelo tarla Nasara Beauty Enterprise poma na ponkeni asuna tapalga garandan ngo
It's a must. I'm filing.
Assalamu alaikum. I welcome you to today's program. My name is Alhaji Abdulaziz Ibn Shiraz. I come from Savelugu. You are currently watching Yirlem Saha on NTV, a program that talks about love, that educates on best practices of marriages. I'm a counselor, I'm a life coach, I'm a leadership expert. And all I seek to do is to transmit the experiences I've gathered over the years with the hope that it can transform the lives of viewers. And Alhamdulillah, we have been doing this for quite some time and we have made remarkable progress. A lot of testaments have come. People have confirmed that through our teachings, a lot has happened and all that. We give glory to God. A lot of testimonies have come. And we can only pray that Allah continues to guide us on the path that we have chosen to embark on. We have a WhatsApp group that is very effective, very, very effective. I've always maintained that the start of success is to access knowledge. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to achieve in life, the first thing that has to be done is to acquire knowledge on that field. If you want to be healthy, physically fit, you need to understand the human body, what to put into it and what to avoid consuming. If you want to raise your kids effectively, you must understand children, how to relate to them, what to do, what not to do. If you want to be rich, you must understand money as a concept. You must understand products and services. You must understand the customer. You must understand certain rules about the business environment and stuff like that. Whatever you want to do in life, there is a part that is outlined that you have to understand and appreciate, and to that extent, emulate whatever has been well established and confirmed. So we have a group that is knowledge-based. We teach, we inform, we entertain. We talk about the responsibilities of a husband to his wife, the responsibilities of a wife to her husband. We talk about effective parenting, all on the WhatsApp platform. We discuss sex. We discuss outside influences on marriage. We discuss generally what must be done in order for the home to be peaceful, lovely, and joyful. So everybody should make it a point to join this WhatsApp platform. We have two platforms actually. One for those who can read and write, and another for those who cannot read and write. And we conduct our business there through Dagbani Audio. But for the purposes of those who understand English, you should join the English group. So we have some little charges for data. Of course, Counselor doesn't manufacture data. I don't get the data for free from any telecommunication company. And my data is always on so that I can do research, so that I can also work on the platform. So to that extent, members pay very little for data. Members are supposed to pay 20 cedis a month for data and the management of the platform. But we do not want to take it 20 cedis at a time. What we prefer is 40 cedis for 2 months. You can pay 60 cedis for 3 months, 80 cedis for 4 months, 100 cedis for 5 months. Because if you pay 20 cedis for 1 month, it wouldn't be long. You will be reminded to pay again, and that might inconvenience you and us. So for the members, prospective members, and I as the admin on the platform, if you pay for 2 months minimum, 10 months maximum, or the 11 months to the year maximum, it helps us so that you don't have to bother about data payment again. So if you're interested in joining the platform, you just send your money to the number on the screen, and then you WhatsApp me. All communications with me are WhatsApp related. My calls will not go through. I don't prefer text messages. I implore you to deal with me only on WhatsApp through the number on the screen, the 059 number. So you pay your money to the 059 number and WhatsApp me on the same number and let me know that you have sent me money and the name used to sign it. So for instance, if your name is Hudu Zakaria, just say, "Good evening, Hajj. Good evening, Counselor. I've sent you 40 cedis, 6800. The name used is Hudu Zakaria. Because if you don't add the name, I wouldn't be able to confirm or otherwise that you have actually sent money. So please, I beg of you, don't send your money and call. Don't send your money and text. I'm on WhatsApp. If you store my name and you don't find me, kindly refresh your phone or restart. I am always on WhatsApp. So you send your money and join the platform so that you can be part of our life-changing guidance that we provide to make your life, inshallah, comfortable and extremely joyful for you. Let me talk briefly about counseling. Counseling is a process that takes place between two people, a client and then the counselor. The counselor is expected to be a very experienced person who, by way of his journey through life, should have gone through a lot of experiences, should have gone through a lot of challenges, should have come out of those challenges, and therefore acquired some knowledge to be able to use it as a basis to guide anybody who might face similar challenges and all that. So a counselor is one who is knowledgeable, who is skillful in the art of communication, in the art of leadership, in the art of finance, in the art of health, in the art of a lot of stuff, because the issues that are going to be brought to your attention are multifaceted. So you have to have some little bit of skill in these areas so that at the basic level you are able to fully comprehend and understand and appreciate the issues so as to guide effectively and all that. So that is what a counselor, that is who a counselor is. And the counseling process is somebody approaching you with a problem, which can be in different forms, and you listening to these challenges, asking questions, trying to find out more about it, outlining your options, giving suggestions here and there, and providing the guidance which effectively will aid the client make an informed choice. Counselors don't make choice for people. We suggest, we guide, we provide options, but it's a whole guidance process that will help you to maneuver, that will help you to get out of difficulty. Counseling is not so predominant within the Muslim setting. What we observe is preaching by our scholars, but that particular engagement, that particular professional engagement between a counselor and a counselee is not so rampant. I think that we need to pay attention to that. We have a lot of marital challenges in our Muslim community. We have a lot of challenges bedeviling our young people. Our young people are basically going astray. We don't have time-tested values and systems that will otherwise train our kids. So the kids grow up and they are basically trained by their own peers. And we've all seen the effects of that. Drug abuse is very high, extremely high among young people. I mean, issues of not so desirable attitudes are rampant amongst our young people. Everybody's on social media dancing and sort of misbehaving and stuff like that. It's a huge concern to everybody. So counseling should be approached by everybody. You should come close to a counselor for guidance if you have any challenge, even if you don't have a problem. You should come close to a counselor to create a system for you that will accelerate your growth and development. So counseling is extremely important, and I'm hopeful that after this program, a lot of you will get in touch with your marital problems, relationship problems, and stuff like that, so that together we can talk and find ways to emerge out of our challenges and all that. One thing about counseling is extreme confidentiality. A counselor must operate with extreme confidentiality. Nothing discussed in the counseling process has to come out. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Sometimes I see people I have counseled and I pretend not to know them. They see me and they remind me, I came to your office, I called you, and I just pretend not to know them. Because it is in a crowd. And I don't want anybody to even know that you had a problem, let alone come to me for counseling and all that. So our work is very confidential, and thank God we have been able to live through the years demonstrating absolute confidentiality. And I am proud of the work I have done. I am proud of who I have become. I'm proud of the impact I have been able to make in society. And I urge anybody watching me for the first time to know that we have a counselor who is professional, who is well-traveled, well-experienced, who is analytical and skillful in order to guide you out of your challenges by the will of Allah. So come close for counseling. You can WhatsApp me through the numbers on the screen. Today we are going to look at a very important area that I know should have been looked at much earlier in our lives, but as we hear the cliche, it is better late than never. I have heard the constant question, why do marriages fail? A lot of marriages are failing. Either it is going through a divorce process, or it will not go through a divorce process, but it becomes cold. So the couple stay married just for the theatrics, just for you and I to see them married. Because divorce comes with a backlash. When you get divorced, everybody talks about it. The stigma, the gossip, the negative attention and stuff like that. So to that extent, people don't want to get divorced. But if you study their marriage circumstances, technically they are not married. They hate each other, they are suffering, and they are more miserable than when they were even single. So the question has always been bandied around, why do marriages fail? It's a very broad enterprise, and I can always scratch the surface. Maybe on my WhatsApp platform, I would talk deep about that. So let's look at a few reasons why our marriages fail. I would ground it on the foundation that established the marriage circumstances. That is what I would talk about today. How did we get married? What happened before we got married? What did we do? What did we leave out? What shouldn't we have done that we did? What should we have done that we didn't do? That is the grounding and the basis for this particular discussion on this program. There was a time I bought a car, a Nissan March. I was driving from Lemashego to town. I'm in Tamale. And I got to the Zosomlenas Palace. There's a parking space just by the Zosomlenas school. So I had a call and I parked there. I was riding a motorbike. So as I was parked, I looked across the street to the filling station. I saw a few cars parked, including this particular Nissan March. So I approached them and I inquired about it. And the price was very good, within my range. So I called my fitter, he came around. He drove it to the Lemashego roundabout, turned back and got back and said the car was good. So instantly, I organized money, went to town, came back and I bought the car. That car, I think that if it doesn't make my first nightmare, but it will be among the top 4 nightmares of my life. It gave me hell. That short distance was not enough to expose the challenges that the car had. It was not enough. Just a short distance cannot establish that this particular thing is good or bad. From that day, I experienced problems until God being so good, I sold the car to somebody. I wish the person well. I still pray for the person so that he can be able to manage whatever problem the car comes with. Why am I bringing in the issue of not doing enough study about a car, not trying it enough, not trying to establish its challenges? Why am I bringing in that in this conversation? Most relationships do not talk deeply. They just brush over the surface. The woman is over 30, desperate for marriage, and a man comes along. Certain key questions that should be asked certain areas of establishments that should be made clear are brushed. So you only get to understand the kind of person you marry after you marry the person. Then the differences between you, the dislikes and all that, it starts emerging, and you start regretting for the choice that you made. So what should be done is for couples to talk and get to shake the relationship, to see what is otherwise hidden that should be made public. What do I need to know? What do I need to prepare for? What kind of person are you? I appreciate that under no circumstances can anybody get to understand another person, even yourself. There are some temperaments that you have that you may not know that those things are within you until certain circumstances trigger them before they emerge. That should be granted, that nobody can fully understand another person. But to an extent that you are going to marry the person, there has to be some basis, some basic understanding that you have to make. So you have to discuss finance. What does a man do? A lady has to know what her potential husband does for a living. If possible, have a fair idea of how much he makes. Very important. I have made it clear many an occasion that marriage is financially laced. The love, the honesty and stuff like that, fantastic phenomena. But to the extent of the daily management of the marriage process, it's all about money. Even to contract the marriage is about money. The bride price, the clothes, the food, logistics and all that, it's about money. That is aside, that is the wedding. The marriage itself, breakfast. There is nothing about breakfast except money. Breakfast. The man is honest or not, the woman is honest or disrespectful or hardworking or not, breakfast is about money. Lunch is about money. Dinner is about money. Water bill, light bill. The moment you wake up and switch on your bulb, you are consuming. The moment you put water on fire, you are consuming. Everything about the domestic life of a marriage is consumption. And to be able to make the consumption smooth, it has to be about money. So if you don't understand what your husband does for a living, if you don't establish whether he is financially stable or not, you would marry only to find out that he was struggling. He was struggling alone. Now there's another mouth that has to be fed. And if he's not able to feed you well, if he's not able to provide your needs well, that is where the love, no matter its width and height and whatever, it will start to diminish and disintegrate. Nobody can love another person on an empty stomach. I repeat, it is difficult for love to flourish on an empty stomach. Very hard for a woman to still have so much love for her husband when the husband starves her. Extremely difficult. Love would vanish from an area where there's hunger. Love and hunger do not meet. It is common sense, basic common sense. I'm hungry. There is no medicine for hunger except food. How do you treat hunger? Why would you expect a woman to be patient in a hungry home? Who would stay in a place that you are constantly being starved? Who would stay with a person who constantly is not able to provide for you and will not even allow you to work to support yourself and all that? So because we don't kind of establish the financial position of potential husbands, after marriage, when you establish that the man is not financially stable, then problem starts to arise. So then one of the key reasons for marital problems is of financial nature. It may not be for some people. It may not be a serious one for others, but to a very large population who are married, financial challenges feature in a lot of the times. People come to me for counseling. A lot of them are traced back to financial challenges and all that. So I encourage anybody dating currently, anybody who is talking to a man, try to find out what he does for a living. Try to appreciate the stability of his financial position and all that. Because if you start giving birth, the financial responsibility increases. The financial demands and expectations, they increase. Every year inflation shoots up. From 2021 till now, 2024, we've had relatively high inflation. What it means is that if your husband was earning 1,000 and you were living comfortably, to maintain that same standard of living, he may have to earn 1,800 or more. So if his earnings do not appreciate, he's not able to provide that same standard of life or even go higher, you are going to start to lose some love and respect for him, which is not your making, but a making of the circumstances. So we have to talk, we have to inquire about the financial positions of potential husbands even before we contract the marriage. Let me stretch it to, what if you are already married? We need to just make more money. We need to just make more money. I'm a financial consultant as well. I was making a presentation on my WhatsApp platform, which is basically for making money. Let me just put it like that in simple English. We have another platform that teaches people how to run businesses, how to make money, everything about money. I was talking on that platform yesterday, and I made a point that the two most important skills that anybody would need to live well is to be able to create a product or a service and then be able to sell that product or service. That is all. To be able to create a product, a standard unique product, a standard unique service, and be able to convince somebody to pay you money for that. Those are the two important skills necessary for our survival as we live. So anybody watching me today, and you are a husband, to be able to lubricate your marital circumstances, make more money, learn about money, learn about the art and the science behind money, learn the flow of money, learn the principles and values of money, learn the direction of money, and you'll be able to know where to position yourself to make more money. Money makes the world go round. Money sweetens our marital experiences. It sweetens love. The moment you're able to provide for your wife, you buy her the clothes she desires, decent ones of course. You're able to build your own house. She doesn't have to battle with people in a compound house, fighting over dry lines, okay, fighting over washing spaces, fighting over who is supposed to clean the toilets or not. If you're able to provide your own house for your wife, you're able to provide that comfort for your wife. It makes her comfortable enough to be happy. Food you provide, logistics you provide, anything necessary for comfort you provide. It serves as a lubricant to the whole love experience. Okay, so before I continue, I would like to take a commercial break. We would have our commercials from Nasara Beauty Enterprise and then from Natural Solutions Hospital. I urge you to take their numbers so that if you have an ailment you want to be treated for, you contact Natural Solutions. And if you need to buy cosmetic products like pomade and then perfumes and hair food, you contact Nasara Beauty Enterprise. We'll be right back.
Biyo ashibta palle tamalngo ka yulbel zel pam ashibtu ngo yulu konko nuto che ka doro nananga pi halka Dr. Nabashahagba Natural Solutions Herbal Center Bohara nesali nye an dunia arziki kam ka kon alafe nyoboko lady alafe min yavel dem bajir ka damsra bemal Dr. Manga na majin viela den yune ka tebr doro kam halbe mal detoxification machine den yan darfu doro lok kam za dem bianan gbanane nyindo ashe mai be mani ngon kuto namzulia cham Natural Solutions Parso bien ka to ngo ka kulum do yubara ngom berma kabo de biambele agbagunche Natural Solutions belantebre here yal morsra karlogo papyelaga do min parlambo dor cha kam betebre ben sable doron yala hepatitis B ya nina doro belna bo jedole funu yuma parjao typhoid nang bangban zo bangwanda dor bole kulnyale cham Natural Solutions Herbal Clinic belammal majina den nang mura kanang bana nga nyaks Natural Solutions baga ne bi adala fe na la zo be yitba na ben wa anyang gba nang bana sham ka doro bu gombala nahanda yorne tilam manga ka malmana betiman halkat mama shanga bandirgo tar amma bana ko bila duhan na yele bamin opportunity bank mbiye yele yene ashipta pa dango zo kabamene alhaji yana jira misala kul pataba bolamba 020 552 4368 B050 7799 305 Natural Solutions ala fegar shelkam
asare belengwa abiale pam kazori fi abiyare pam everything you want me girl if I buy one you get one free yaga yo
ashe dalir yi ko dola yuma kata board che katanse Nasara Beauty Enterprise yina tudungwana ne ba songa ka amala nan gbangbang na zabra zasa nan gbangine de yenche ka vielam pangse ka zo se ya te lo kama ikera mambon bala nan gbangbang yile domin pama de nin vo jai ne nin vo sabla za dem beni pama de man nan gbangbang ne ron kur nan gbangbang zo do ta za beni ashe la pam kar bor na sama nin kam na kapta pa shejin yen de ga nan gbangkom ka nin labnieza abon bor le nyele dene ba mal nan gbangbang zo pama nin na pama zabra chiptener pama shower gels shampoo les perfumes de nyom vielam ka boursenay badala dola tanga ka kuto zan shab masaba tudungona in yara man dama dola tanga inta banyan dan tu yuse ne banyan da sale malga to kwaza sa lola kam ka yibe ka danne mabasan sale ben jele kulsa ka ba yoko dan zo ben shadan ba tamal savelgo naya bambla selga be ya ka ku be tudungona yidan karabe kuma si changji pama danaya Nasara Beauty Enterprise yila yezona ko pon na ponte tamal tampune pi kona nyanga da palle lana anya jarambisa palle ba bierane
Nasara Beauty Enterprise nti ataram pa banga ashilma nti abanyela ba mepama balbo de bla dole an kunye kala shele anan bang na kunye ko shele ba mai da pam na bazanta de ba dole fo jenya be ni fo sabenle nti aso company yela dembe pi ben shadan ba pa shanga da manda zabre na manda nan buna tatabe tulale ne yella kamza sa ben yela dem biene abanya man bla nan zenkile ko pon vame non ko tatam pa ne yala zasa nan banyene kataba jom problem man wa male in ba Nasara Beauty Enterprise kala pore yana
bolemba 024 66 48 453 le 0244 170518 ya belamel 024 9216 461 baba dabba be so kamelo tarla Nasara Beauty Enterprise poma na ponkeni asuna ta pelga garandan ngo
yeah it's a must I'm filing.
Assalamu alaikum. I welcome you back to the program. My name is Alhaji Abdulaziz Ibn Shiraz. I come from Savelugu. You are currently watching Yerulam Saha on NTV, the station that speaks your language. Yerulam Saha is about life, it's about marriages, it's about relationships, it's about love, and it has the sole target of informing and guiding the population so as to live happy lives. I have repeatedly made a point that life encompasses a lot of stuff: happiness, joy, poverty, riches, misery, confusion, cleanliness, and all that. It behoves on you to be clear about the path on which you want to travel. And I am an advocate for joy. In Dagbana we say nyasam. A typical Dagomba we say nyaham. I'm an advocate for joy. I'm an advocate for financial stability. I'm an advocate for good sex. I'm an advocate for effective parenting. Anything good is under my domain of advocacy. And that is what this program is about. We have a WhatsApp platform, very effective WhatsApp platform, not like the other platforms you may know where anybody posts whatever he or she wants, unnecessary arguments and stuff like that. No. It is a guided WhatsApp platform. We handle the management topic by topic basis. If we are talking about prayer, we are talking about prayer. How to communicate with God. The world is a living thing. The world hears us. The world understands us. We are supposed to be communicating with the universe. We have taught how to communicate with the world on the platform, which I will still do. We have taught prayer, how to communicate with God and the source of creation for guidance. We have discussed the power of Surah Al-Fatiha. We have done a lot on the platform, and we will still do that in due course. So we teach about prayer. Everybody has a tendency to succeed, but there are certain things you may not know. There are certain environments you might plant yourself which might hinder your growth and development. We do that. We treat those topics on the platform. So we look at sex, we look at marital challenges, how a husband should handle his wife, and how a wife should handle her husband. We do everything on the platform. To help us buy data, members are expected to subscribe with 20 cedis a month. But for us to be able to work without bothering anybody to renew your subscription, we prefer you send us 40 cedis minimum for 2 months. 60 cedis for 3 months, 80 cedis for 4 months, and stuff like that. So you can pay for the rest of the months to complete the year, so that you wouldn't be bothered again to renew your subscription and stuff like that. You can send your money to the number on the screen, 059 number. The name will appear, Abdulaziz Ibn Shras, and you send. Then you save the number and WhatsApp me. Calls will not go through. We are currently not receiving calls. Text messages will not be attended to. I am begging you. Let me be very clear. I beg you. WhatsApp me when you send me money. My data is always on. If you WhatsApp me and it doesn't come immediately, it means it's just an issue of network challenges, but I don't put off my data. So WhatsApp me and let me know that you have sent me money, and let me know the name you use to send the money, so that we can add you on the platform. We have another platform which is being managed in Dagbani, through Dagbani Audios. It's a business group. Maybe if I get a number of people who don't speak Dagbani but are interested in business knowledge, I can create another platform for them. But currently, our business development group is being handled through Dagbani Audio. So if you speak Dagbani, you can join that one too. It's the same data charges, 20 cedi a month. So you can send, for instance, 80 cedis, 2 months, but they have to be at the same level. So that's how to join our WhatsApp platform. I earlier on spoke briefly about counseling and the need for us to pay attention to counseling, to receive the guidance that would make our marriages work. Nobody can assume that you know something if you don't sit down to consciously learn that thing. Nobody should make that assumption. Unfortunately, nobody will ride a bicycle until you are taught. Nobody will drive a car until you are taught or until you learn it yourself. Nobody makes a conscious effort to understand and appreciate marriage. We assume that once you reach a certain age, you should know about marriage. And the word on the streets is marriage is all about patience, especially in the north. Marriage is much more than patience. Patience is key, but the key alone cannot make the vehicle move. There has to be petrol and tires, and the engine has to have this and this and that. So as a counselor, I guide you, practical practical training on how to make your marriage work. So currently, the area I'm looking at is to try to understand why our marriages fail. And I made some important points. What I said initially was that through the dating process, we have to understand certain things about our potential husband or wife. And I came back to the marriage circumstances where I am emphasizing that let's work on our finances. Most marital challenges have their foundation as financially related challenges. Husbands should make more money. I have said it before, 2 of the greatest skills anybody should acquire for a successful life is how to roll out a product or a good service. And the second part of the skills acquisition is how to sell. If you are able to roll out a product and sell, you are going to live comfortably. And that goes to waking up the discussion about what we should be learning. Should we be learning skills or should we be acquiring certificates? I'll leave that for another discussion. So money has to be made, and money makes a relationship work. Money makes the marriage environment very, very sweet. The other challenge that bedevils our marriages is lack of effective communication. A wife will prefer to consult her friend and another person outside their marriage than to sit and talk with the husband about a potential problem. The wife thinks there's a problem. The wife sees a problem. The wife creates a problem. The wife experiences a problem, whichever way the problem comes. The one you are having a problem with is your husband. You don't talk to your husband, you talk about him. No problem has ever been solved this way. The best way to solve a marital problem is to talk to each other face to face, eyeball to eyeball, rather than talking about each other to outside influences. I'm your husband. You don't feel happy about an event. Talk to me about it. If you need a solution to that particular challenge, I'm the best person. I'm the one going to change in a way that would be the solution that you seek. So why would you ignore to talk to me directly and consult your mother about it? Your mother cannot solve it. Even if you don't present it well to your mother, then she messes it up for you. She gives you bad ideas, and you transport these ideas into my home to make the situation worse. Somebody will say from danger to dangerous, on a lighter note. So lack of effective communication has killed many a marriage. Many marriages have collapsed because couples don't talk to each other about their problems. The man consults his friends, his brothers, his family, and all that, and they give him different kinds of advices, most of which cannot work, cannot hold. The lady does the same. They all bring in the ideas of about 10 different people, and somebody will say everything becomes Boramansain. Everything don't scatter, simply because you didn't sit and talk over a cup of coffee. You prefer to talk to somebody outside the marital environment. So that is another reason why marriages fail. So I urge everybody, if you are fortunate to be watching me now, learn to develop an effective communication system in your home. Never under any circumstances talk to anybody about your husband. Talk to your husband. Never under any circumstances talk to anybody about your wife. Talk to your wife. If it becomes critical and communication breaks down, talk to a counselor, somebody very confidential, very skilled, very experienced like me, or anybody around your environment that you can guarantee that he's confidential, he is skilled, and he can easily guide us out of our difficulty. So communication is key. Lack of it has led to the breaking down of so many marriages. Let me add a last reason why marriages break. There are many, like I said, but for the purposes of the time that we have, we are constrained by time. I can only add one. One key reason for marital collapse has to do with sex. it has to do with sex. For some reason, I don't know, maybe we have not had a very good orientation. We seem to shy away from sex-related discussions. Indeed, sex is a limited topic. Limited in the sense that it cannot be described, it cannot be discussed in all environments, in all circumstances. No. There has to be selected circumstances and environments where sex should be discussed, but it must be discussed in the right environments. Anybody going into marriage must discuss sex with a partner. By human nature, we don't all like the same things. A lady might not like sex, which is absolutely normal. A man might not like sex, which is completely normal. Now, you can have a man who is addicted to good sex, talking to a woman about marriage who detests sex. She doesn't like sex. They don't talk about it. They sweep it under the carpet. They don't want to seem bad to each other. If the man starts talking about sex, the lady might think he's out just to sleep with her and run away. If the lady starts talking about sex, the man starts forming some negative, dark images about the lady and stuff like that. So nobody wants to appear as an indecent character. So they shield that topic. They don't talk about it. They go through the wedding process. They eat and celebrate. And when they get home, the man is ready for world war. The man is ready to fire. So it is after the marriage that their differences about sex will emerge. Whilst the man will be ready to conquer the army, the lady does not even have a weapon. And they are on the same team. The man may be the army general, ready for battle, ready to defeat the enemy. And the soldier who he's supposed to win the battle with is not even armed. So look at that situation. The man expects to have good sex with the wife. He expects to play. He expects to romance and do things. And the woman is not reactive to those things. Then they start to recognize that they are so different in terms of sex. That marriage cannot hold. That marriage cannot hold. Sex is a key reason why we marry. Sex is sweet. It opens up your cells. It opens up the brain. It calms you down. It makes you happy. I'm telling you for a fact, should any citizen of any nation enjoy good sex, we would record very, very low levels of conflict. So it's important that we have good sex. And until you find a partner who is just like you, who likes it or does not like it, you would always have a problem. So it's about time we take counseling seriously. It's about time we talk about the things that matter. Clearly, in a dating process, you must raise that topic about sex. You must talk about it. If you are all on the same path, the man likes it, you like it. The man likes oral sex, you like it. The man says he likes this, you don't like it, but you can learn it for him after marriage. And then that is a good deal. But you don't talk about it. Some even get home after marriage to find so many differences in their organs, in their sexual organs. They are not compatible. Completely out of order. And the problem starts from there. So nobody should have a sexual discussion in the open. Nobody should have a sexual discussion when there are children. But from a husband to a wife, it is a must to raise and have a sexual discussion. A discussion about sex. You must talk about it. You must learn it. You must find ways of spicing up your romantic life, and you must do all that you can to make sure that you enjoy good sex. This is how much time will allow us. But just by way of summary, we all hope and wish for successful marriages. For anything to be successful, for anything to work, a lot of things must be done. And today we have looked at a few areas which, when tackled well, would lead to a happy home. We have raised the fact that you must talk whilst you date. You must talk about money. You must make money. You must talk about sex. You must have good sex. Good sex is like cement in blocks. When we mold blocks, the sand is being held together by the cement. That is how sex holds a marriage. And until we are able to discuss and create a nice sex climate, you would always have challenges. We discuss sex on our WhatsApp platform. We discuss prayer. We discuss effective parenting. We discuss everything. I urge you all to join. It is 20 cedis per month for data, but we urge that you send 40 cedis for 2 months, 60 cedis for 3 months, 80 cedis for 4 months, and that order. After you send your money, you WhatsApp me, and then you'll be added. Please let me know the name you used to send the money so that we add you. Assalamu alaikum. Salam bango. Zon yela salim sale. Nirbe family ya pam. Nibe nyarin videos na ganda. Nirbe ne kul share le. Amma babu wum na yarben shama. Kabale mi kama video yite gna la ma hankale ya taabela danne. Kaba sohe ni yel muslimin sale dala kabang badi ntuma dan fane. De salimin sale kan yelma. Zo den tonnen kan jini ka yel salimin sale be dagbanle. Mbugum de bala pam nan yer ndir filama la balamane. So zongo ti filama kul nyala boliche ka do yele wuranda kan le yala yidi tunan ka bob mashi amin do mbor tabake be ka tabiyata sana de to dam de amliya be ke amliya ma pun ka fara yi pilolo kam di chandala bi hago now yem so kam fara pun hala dam de so na dam ka fara baga dam fara bu jela fara yi bishal polo kadoro binema du wahala ma anyi so ka fara mulu kadoro mulu akubona la yulo na timtil re ye fara yi be do yile di chandala me ka kuro yorla na on largam tinna arziki yili dan kam na on tamalara na on largama arziki de malal barka di na on ne larga ka gbab malbiam into ko so ado angoma kana ngum te da do akal larga yili dana kanya malama lara pa ba samban kacce adamil ya pajle yili dan kam ngum malare ka batiro pa na on ka bin sa baga bin sa mangle so adon won nyanga kay kunye kay dan sare bin sa to tuna ban kam counselor da ma bagoma bin sa ngwe yang ma chon na on te sora ay lab yili dan biamanam bin sa ka te pil ba pa ba lor ti on ka bin sa ma so adon ma chang ya na on stamp ya bor no bin sa ma ngun tum o pa lor ben ya nga pa ngami ba bi ti lor ma chala ka de yine ni so panto ko ti lor ka da yino ni ko ma nang de bin yirma zo ti yalte WhatsApp group ya cha de permanent 20 series data ale en pi ka yu chira yi data ka pi anto yu 40 series chira yi kale WhatsApp ma ntuma zanya la WhatsApp zo me na on aku sen lor ka WhatsApp ma na on lor gamte na on timta lafi na on chekata gum sete bitam kalen so kan piam group man zungo kadi group ma dan fan yulum bonde Alhaji Abdulaziz bin Shiraz kan yina savlego to so na on tere tenanam zanam banina ndan ya na on lafi no nan banane na kam be lola kam be malgu puni na on temo alafi so tin zungo program ma pe ibina ngum ndam le shezungo dale Abdulaziz bin Shiraz premier group man zungo kadi an fan za ta tala yulum sahanya